The former world number 3 has got off to a solid start in Mexico. Three-time Grand Slam champion Stan Wawrinka has kicked off his campaign at the Mexican Open with a 6-4, 7-6, 6 win over Ryan Harrison in the first round. Wawrinka, who is unseeded in this year's draw, enters the tournament in fine form, recently reaching his first ATP Final since June 2017 at the Rotterdam Open, where he lost in 3 sets to Gael Monfils. This week he is hoping to go one step further in Acapulco. I feel wonderful after 3 months of problems. I return here this year, and since I arrived, I started to practice. People have received me very well. I love playing here, Wawrinka told reporters on Monday. Facing world number 93 Harrison, Wawrinka blasted 9 aces past his opponent, and won 88% of his first service points. In both sets he broke the American at the start, but in the second Harrison broke back to force a tiebreaker. Nevertheless, Wawrinka held his nerve to clinch the straight sets win, claiming victory with his 26th winner of the match. Stand by your Stan. Flexed biceps at Stan Wawrinka battles past Ryan Harrison 6-4, 7-6, 6 to book his spot in round 2 at. Johnson defeated Mexican wildcard Gerardo Lopez Villaseñor 7-5, 7-5. During the match, Johnson could only get 46% of his first serves in. Wawrinka currently holds a winning 2-1 head-to-head record against Johnson, although he lost their most recent meeting in straight sets at the Italian Open last May. In other matches, 6-seed Frances Tiafoe required more than 2 hours to edge out Jordan Thompson 3-6, 6-3, 6-4. The roller coaster encounter saw Tiafoe hit 25 winners to 30 unforced errors. John Millman experienced a more straightforward route into the last 16. The Australian downed Marcel Granollers 6-3, 6-4, setting up a clash with Germany's Peter Gojozic, who defeated Italian qualifier Federico Gaio 5-7, 6-4, 6-2. After winning only 2 matches in 4 tournaments played, the Russian number 1 is determined to regain his form. Karen Khachanov at the 2018 Paris Masters. Photo by Johnny Chacha. Karen Khachanov is hoping that this week's Dubai Tennis Championships will be where he regains his momentum on the tour after a lackluster start to 2019. The world number 12 heads into the tournament after losing in the first round of events in Sofia and Rotterdam. On the ATP Tour this season he has achieved a win-loss record of 2-4. Winning back-to-back matches at 1 out 4 tournaments, Australian Open. Reflecting on his mixed start, Khachanov blamed illness and other issues for his disappointing results. After Melbourne, the 2 tournaments, Sofia and Rotterdam, were not the best for me. But again, I didn't feel so well, Khachanov said on Sunday. Now, I'm full charged. I trained a week before and unfortunately, I couldn't compete in Marseille as I wasn't 100%. I arrived here on Thursday and we have had a good training week. So let's see how it goes here, he added. Khachanov claimed 3 ATP titles during his 2018 season. The most significant of those occurred at the Paris Masters where he defeated 4 top 10 players en route to the biggest title in his career, scoring wins over both Alexander Zverev and Novak Djokovic. Bidding to add to his trophy collection, the Russian number 1 is targeting more consistency on the tour. I'm thinking about trying to get more consistency in my level this year. Maybe I had this sort of consistency mostly in the second part of last year, he outlined. Sometimes you are practicing well, but then the real feel you have when you play tournaments is different. During practice sometimes, I may not have had the best feeling, but then you go on court, you compete well, you play differently. It's tough to say. I think I'm feeling quite well right now. Whilst maintaining an upbeat perspective, the 22-year-old admits that his tennis is still a work in progress, saying that his focus is solely on him and not his position in the rankings. But I like to focus more on myself and my game, not focus more on the points and the results. The results are always coming if you are playing well. It's like that. Or sometimes, even when you are not playing well, you are winning. All this is connected, he stated. In his first match in Dubai, Khachanov will face a potentially tough test against world number 19 Nicolas Basilashvili. The Georgian won 2 ATP titles last year, but has yet to score a win over a top 50 player in 2019. Khachanov is seeded 4th in the draw this year. Courtesy, ATP Tour, Tennis TV Delray Beach, Florida. Despite the fact the big names and top seeds were bounced before the final of the Delray Beach Open, fans in South Florida were treated to some outstanding tennis in Sunday's championship match. World No. 82, Radu Albot became the first player from Moldova to capture an ATP Tour title with a hard-fought 2-6, 6-3, 7-5, 9-7 win over qualifier Don Evans in 2 hours and 51 minutes. Trailing 6-4 in the final set tiebreak, Albot fought off 2 match points to stay alive. One of them coming after a review of an Evans cross-court forehand which was initially called out but upon further review caught the line. They replayed the point and Evans hit another cross-court forehand, but this time it was officially wide. Then after a great volley from Albot, a third match point went awry for Evans. The 29-year-old, who turned pro in 2008, hit a big forehand winner putting him up 8-7, and then Evans' third double fault of the match sealed the deal, giving Albot the victory. Albot fought hard throughout the tournament. 4 of his 5 wins in Delray Beach this week were of the 3-set variety. He took out big servers Ivo Kolovic and Nick Kyrgios in the first 2 rounds and needed a third-set tiebreak win to knock out No. 4 seed Steve Johnson in the quarterfinals. He dropped the first set in Saturday night's semi-final with Mackenzie McDonald, but then never dropped a game, winning the final 2 sets love and love. Albot collected a first-place check of $97,490 US, just under $27,000 US less than he made in the first 2 months of the 2019 season. His ranking also jumps 30 spots to a career-high World No. 52. As for Evans, a positive week, especially after 2 qualifying wins and playing his 7th match in 8 days. The Delray Beach Final is the Midlanders' best main draw ATP result since reaching the final of the 2017 ATP 250 event in Sydney. Also his best result since returning from a 12-month suspension for substance abuse. He did win a challenger event in Canada last summer. Albot and Evans will now head to the California desert to compete in the Indian Wells Challenger event, which starts next week. At Sportshorn, the 23-year-old has completed a dream week in the Brazilian capital by lifting his first ever ATP trophy. Laslo Djere photo via Twitter at Reopen Official. Serbia's Laslo Djere will break into the world's top 40 for the first time in his career after defeating rising star Felix Auger-Aliassime 6-3, 7-5 in the final of the Rio Open. Djere, who recorded her first ever win over a top 10 player earlier in the week against Dominic Thiem, edged out his younger rival in what was a roller coaster match. Both players were contesting their first final on the ATP Tour and nerves were visible from the onset. Djere hit 15 winners to 27 unforced errors, which was a slight improvement on Auger-Aliassime's tally of 20 and 47. "It's been the week of my dreams. So many things have been achieved here," Djere said during an interview with Tennis TV afterwards. "I'm really happy, really excited and emotional right now. The match was tough both mentally and physically. I'm happy I got through." Throughout the opening set there were continuous changes in momentum. 5 out of the first 6 games featured breaks of serve, but it was the Canadian who struggled the most. 18-year-old Auger-Aliassime could only win 42% of his service points as he dropped serve 4 times, enabling Djere to snatch the 6-3 lead. The Serbian experienced tougher resistance at the start of the second set, with Auger-Aliassime displaying glimmers of his talent on the court. Unfortunately for the Canadian, he was not consistent enough to tame Djere. The current world number 90 roared his way back from 0-2 to draw level at 3-3. Going on to close the match out by converting his 5th championship point after a forehand from his opponent slammed into the net. There was a lot of breaks in the match, especially during the first set, the 2019 Rio champion reflected. I think I played better in the second set and then I missed 4 match points on his serve. It was very tough mentally. I just tried to stay in the moment, focus on the next point. Luckily I managed to convert my 5th match point. https://twitter.com/tennisTV/status/10999795792645238784. Despite falling short of the title, there is also reason to celebrate for Gael. At the age of 18 he has become the youngest player in history to contest a final of an ATP 500 event since the category was introduced back in 2009. The run has also ensured that he will break into the world's top 60 for the first time. I tried my best but I wasn't good enough tonight. I'll keep working, said Gael. During the trophy presentation, DJ paid a heartfelt tribute to his parents. Despite being only 23, both his mother and father have died of cancer. His mom passed away 7 years ago and his father at the end of 2018. I want to dedicate this trophy to my parents. I lost my mom 7 years ago, so I want to dedicate this one to her. Also to my dad, I lost him 2 months ago, DJ said as an eruption of cheers occurred around court. My parents have had the biggest impact on me and because of them I am who I am today. So I want to dedicate this to them. I hope they are watching me now. DJ will rise to a career high of 37th when the ATP rankings are updated on Monday. https://twitter.com/tennistv/status/10997998606210457660